today. Oh, it's long run day. 5 more minutes. Yeah, man. What's up? Good girl. Sit there. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you're new here, my name is Holly. I make food and fitness content, and if you're not new here, welcome back to the channel. Good morning guys, and it is especially a good morning because it is a long run morning. Now I feel like since the start of the new year I've had a lot of questions on food around running, stretches around running, all of those kind of things, and I thought why not just wrap it into one big vlog and do a long run vlog and take you guys through every single step of my morning routine when I'm going on a long run. So you would have seen the day started at 6:30 a.m. The first things, I'm just going to recap everything because obviously I would have shown you, but it would have been like a nice little musical montage. We can also talk about it in detail because that's what I'm here to do. As soon as I get out, the first thing I always do is literally splash cold water on my face. That just hits me and it gets me ready for the day. Then the next steps are my vitamins and electrolyte. This is something I do every single morning, but definitely on a run morning. Getting some electrolytes in your system are essential, especially if you're going on a long run. You're going to be sweating a lot and you're going to be losing a lot of electrolytes through that sweat, so it's just really important to replenish them and keep yourself super hydrated. You also just want to make sure you are generally hydrated. So for me, having my morning electrolytes is just a good way to get 500 mils of water straight in. Then I always have my multivitamins. I also have a double espresso latte that again is just a usual step for me, but it just wakes me up in the morning. I feel like I don't know who I would be without my morning coffee. In fact, I never actually want to meet her. I don't even think she would be a very nice person. So coffee, electrolytes, multivitamins. Then I did a 5-minute flow. That is just a hip and back opener. Obviously, if you've been here for a hot minute, you'll know that I do have a stress fracture in my spine that I am managing currently. And when I wake up in the morning, I do generally have very tight hips and a lower back. So getting on the mat, getting everything super stretched out, literally only for 5 minutes, just gets my body ready for the day generally, but definitely gets it ready for a run. Like when I was stretching then, I was like, the thought of just running on these hips without opening them up in the morning is actually excruciating because they are definitely a little bit creaky first thing in the morning. And then it's literally just a case of getting myself ready. But most important thing, and probably the main thing that everybody is going to ask me about, is pre-run fuel. Now I have been having basically the same pre-run meal for 2-3 years. A pre-long run meal does not need to be anything fancy. You just need to think carbs. That's all you need to be thinking, is I need carbs in my system. So for me, if it's a long run, it's going to be a bowl of oats. It just means I can add more oats in. If I'm going on a shorter run, I'll normally have a bagel, but because this is a long run, I'm going to be throwing some oats together this morning. Okay, oats are ready. I'm also going to pop half a banana on and a little bit of chocolate. If you were here last week for the chocolate saga where I was extremely hormonal and I ate a dusty chocolate button, still struggling with the lack of chocolate in my apartment, but my friend did bring me an Aero Bubbles that she got yesterday. So I'm going to have Aero Bubbles on oats. I fear that may spark some controversy because it's like minty chocolate, but it's genuinely all I have. It's the only thing I have in my cupboard unless we start searching for more dusty chocolate butters. I'm gonna pop some raspberries on too. So there we go, we've got 50 grams of oats, half a banana, raspberries, and Aero mint chocolate bubble chocolate. Okay, that is now walked. Now the only last thing to do before we actually get cracking into the run is to warm up. Like I mentioned earlier, I have a little bit of a spine injury. So for me, warming up, and to be honest, even if you don't have a spinal injury, warming up is so important. Like, your body is about to go and tackle a good fair few miles. You need to be preparing it to do that. If you just step out the door and try to run, number one, it's gonna be a little bit tougher because your body's not gonna be ready for action. Number two, you're gonna get injuries. And number three, it's just not as fun. Like, genuinely, since doing my mobility, I'm like, wow, it makes such a difference and it makes my runs so much more enjoyable. These are a bit of a game changer for warming up. My main aim when I'm warming up is to open and loosen up my hips and get my glutes activated. My glutes need to be doing a lot more when I'm running because the fact that I have lazy glutes means that my body is overcompensating in other areas. So for example, my lower back is kicking in and taking over because my glutes just aren't awake, but this is their wake up call. Stretching is done. It's now time to pop my trainers on. So I wear the Asics Gel Kayano 31s, I believe these ones are. When you go on a long run, my number one tip is avoid any form of like overstimulation. So anything that is going to irritate you or agitate you, all you want to be focusing on is the run ahead of you. And one thing that always gets me is trainers. If you do your laces up too loose, annoying. If you do your laces up too tight, also annoying. If you've ever had tingling or numb toes, which I get quite a lot, it means you've done your shoelaces up properly. What I normally do is just pull and give them a bit of a wiggle without any tension. It kind of loosens them up perfectly, and then I will do a double knot. That is kind of my recipe for a perfect trainer's time. Now that my shoelaces are done and my body is warm, it's time to basically kit up essentially. I'm going to run you through everything that I take on my long run. So I lay everything out the evening before. This is a saving grace because it makes sure that your headphones are charged, it makes sure that your watch is charged. It just makes sure that in the morning, like now, all I have to do is put everything on. I'm not running around like digging through drawers trying to find stuff, realizing that my Garmin doesn't have charge or my headphones don't have charge, because trust me, that has happened many times and it is ridiculously frustrating. And just getting everything out the night before, number one, is like great for motivation because you're going to bed ready to wake up and run, not waking up and being like, oh, I have to get everything ready and then I have to run. Like, if you give yourself enough space for excuses, you're gonna make them. So just don't give yourself any space for excuses. So first thing that I'm popping on is my Garmin. I wear the Garmin Forerunner 745. I think this one actually is not available anymore, but any of the Forerunners are absolutely amazing. And I love this one because it's like a really cute mint green, which is kind of sad that they don't do it anymore. I also have Shokz headphones. I feel like you guys probably know by now how much I love these. These are my favorite running headphones in the whole entire world. They're bone conducting, meaning as well as hearing my music, I can hear everything going on around me. So they're just a lot safer when running. Then I've got my trusty running vest. You guys know that I wear my Myprotein run vest to absolute death. This one I've had for like, I want to say like 2 years. It's been through the wash. It probably needs to re-go through the wash right now, but we don't have time for that today. Should have done that last night. This is perfect because you can hold hydration, snacks, inhalers, anything you have. Like I was saying earlier, aim of the game is no overstimulation. If I'm carrying things, if I have things in my pockets, that's going to be annoying. It's going to be frustrating me. So having everything on me here, easily accessible and way less frustrating. So now let's pack the vest. What do I need in my vest? Inhaler for me, I am asthmatic. 2 gels. I did used to be obsessed with their orange ones, but these are my new favorite purely because number one, they're raspberry lemonade, which is really tasty. They're also 30 grams of carbs. I think the orange ones are 20 or 25. These also have electrolytes and vitamins in. As you're running and you're sweating, you're going to be releasing electrolytes from your body as well as energy. So the carbs are going to restore your energy and the electrolytes are going to replenish the electrolytes that you're losing, which is perfect. I will obviously let you guys know exactly when on my run I am taking these. Then hydration. I do just want to add, I am not drinking bottled water by choice. I understand it is extremely bad for the environment. However, the water quality in the area I'm in is still questionable because of the fires, so we're still being told to drink bottled and purified water where we can. So I've got that, and I'm gonna pop a little bit of squash in it because I think that is way more fun for a run. And then I'm gonna pop that in here. What I love about this vest is it obviously has enough room for a hydration pack, but also they also have this hook here, so you can hook that around so you know it's not going to be flying out and hitting you in the face. It wouldn't be a long run without some Percy Pigs. You both know that I actually love having these. For me, the Percy Pigs are, number one, my favourite sweet in the whole entire world, so they're really tasty. Number two, it's really good to just have like a quick source of sugar when you're running, and these are exactly that. And I literally save them for when I'm having, you know, one of those moments in the pain cave, which we all have, and that's when I have them. So again, just like double treats in the vest right now. We are good to go now. Before I do head out, I'm gonna give you 3 top tips for your long run before you go. Number one, playlist. Have an incredible playlist on at all times. Music is like what makes my runs. Like I'm excited to go out and just like listen to some of my favorite songs and just basically have a little bit of like a run party in my own head. Another thing is try not get overwhelmed with the distance ahead of you. Something to remember is like you get to run. Like running is such a huge privilege. This is a really special bubble of like alone time with you and your thoughts. Like utilize it, use it as your free therapy, but also just focus on each kilometer individually. Like don't focus on the staircase, focus on the step in front of you. And if you are really struggling, just look at your watch, be like, right, I'm just gonna run to the next kilometer. Then when you hit that kilometer, right, I'm gonna run to the next kilometer. Just work it step by step by step. Number 3 is positive affirmations. I love doing these. So before I run, I will think of 3 things that I'm gonna say to myself repeatedly over to pull myself out of the pain cave. Now, the pain cave is just something that I'm referring to those moments in the run where you think, I can't do this anymore, my body feels tired, my brain feels tired, but like, trust me, you can do it. When you feel like that, trust me, it's a panic instinct. Your body's just saying, stop, I'm uncomfortable. Uncomfortable doesn't mean done. You are not done pushing yet. You need to keep pushing. You just need something to help keep you going. You just need positive reinforcement up here, because everything you think up here will transmit throughout your whole body. So if this is negative, this is negative. This is all gonna feel crap. If this is positive, the power of your mind is extraordinary. If you can say some really positive things, that will transmit all throughout your body, and trust me, you will feel so much lighter and happier on your run. No more time for yip yapping, because I do have a fair few kilometers to get done, but I will see you guys out on the run. I'm gonna take the first like 2-3 kilometers just to settle. I always find that bubble the hardest when I'm doing a long run, because again, it's that kind of thing of like overwhelm or like fight or flight, that my body's like, are we really doing this? Are we able to do this? So I just need that kind of initial bubble to check in with myself, calm my thoughts, get myself into a rhythm. And normally around 2-3K is kind of where I hit my rhythm. So if it takes you that long or even a little bit longer, like that's so normal. You have got this, I have got this. Let's go do this.
Hey team, I'm actually 4 kilometers in. It's definitely taking me a little bit longer to settle in than I thought it would. Although saying that, I am already 4 kilometers in and I literally feel like I've been running for like 5 minutes. So that, in my opinion, is a huge win. Just hit 5K. That is around the half an hour mark. We're gonna start taking on fuel at 45 minutes. So I'll check in with you in 15. Okay guys, I'm feeling so much better now. I don't know if you can see the mood shift. I don't know what was going on. I was having a bit of a panic there. I was literally doing everything I told you guys not to do, but I did all the things that I also told you to if you're in that moment, and I feel so much better. I've actually ended up putting Bicep on. I feel like sometimes you just need to like lock in to music, and I feel like Bicep just does that for me. Just like 38 minutes, got 4 more minutes until I pop my first gel. I'm actually doing a bit of a different route today, which, if you know me, never ends well. It's gel time. I have gel down my face. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna have half. I actually genuinely love these. Like, they just taste like one big sweet. And I feel like gel consistency it's just gel consistency. Like, the worst ones I've ever had, Morton gels were the first gels I ever tried, scarred me for life. I had the like unflavoured ones as well. I don't really know what I was thinking, but yeah, they were horrendous, and they were really thick, like chewy consistency, whereas these like slide right down the gullet. I'm just coming up to, oh my goodness, there's a fence in my face. Just coming up to 1 hour of running, which is around 10k. I think I've got probably another hour and a bit to go, to be honest. Endurance wise, I'm feeling good. Definitely starting to feel it a tiny bit in the bottoms of my feet. Recently I've been doing 8 to 10k is kind of like the maximum I've done, so that is expected. One thing I will say about LA, I mean maybe this is just America in general, but everything is like built in blocks. So like there is a hefty amount of traffic lights unless you're literally running along the beach or along the main road. Anyway, just a little check-in from me. 11.3, 1 hour, 8 minutes. Am I lost? Yes. Am I gonna be okay? Yes, I think so. I'm gonna have to stop. Stretch my hamstrings out. They're so tight and things at my hamstrings are tight. My lower back is also gonna be overcompensating, so do a quick stretch break. Don't mind me. Hey guys, coming out to 13k. Feeling really good. Like, if you can't tell from smiles, I feel like that stretch definitely helped to loosen up my hamstrings. Also, like I always say, like there is no shame in the walking game. Like if you need to have a break, have a break. It's not that serious. So just hit 1 hour 20. It's now been like 40ish minutes since I had the last bit of my gel, so I'm gonna have the other half, and we'll stop at like 13 kilometers. I'm honestly feeling really good, so I'm just really hoping I can keep this vibe going, but we all know there's always a dip at some point. I'm kind of expecting it, but just gotta mentally pull myself through. Hey guys, I kind of was at 15 where I knew I was gonna feel maybe a little bit tired, so it's time to corner in big guns. Percy Pick 1, and I'm switching over to my playlist, which is No Pain, No Gain. I think it is, I'll link it in the description box, but it's such a good playlist. It's got loads of good songs with like good lyrics, and that's what I need right now. I need lyrics so I can like sing along in my head, just give myself a bit of a distraction. Okay, we made it past the 15. We're on the 16. It was exactly what I thought it was going to be. It was not fun. I feel like at this point it's just like all my body is like, ooh, we're still going. And I'm like, yep, still going. But I had to make it down to the beach. I literally feel like I've run all over the place today. So let's go. I think I've got 1 more in that way, 3 more that way, and then I'm done. Okay, we're on Percy Pig 2. I'm in the pain cave, guys. Guys, I went to the pain cave. It's happening. Oh no. I've not had this feeling in such a long time. My legs, my back, my brain. This Percy better have some serious magic in it. Just hit 18k. I'm gonna have the other half of my gel. Definitely feeling a little bit depleted, so I need this. I need it to give me a kick. At that point in the run where I literally have gel everywhere. It's oozing out my vest, all over my hands, all over my face. Nice. 1 more to go. I also realised I have gel all down my top. Can you guys tell how tired I am? Guys, I did it. 2 hours, 6 minutes and 59 seconds. So really 2 hours and 7 minutes. 21.1 kilometers. I just need a minute. Sometimes the runner's high just takes a second to catch up. Sometimes the runner's high just takes like a little second to kick in, and the adrenaline also takes a lot to kick in and take over the achy breakiness of my body right now.
What are you stretching for? That is exactly how I feel right now. Come here. Come here. Oh, give me a hug. I need a hug. Thank you. Let me just... Oh. I'm sorry, I'm so sweaty. I could actually have a nap right now. This is the worst thing I could be doing right now. Gotta get up, gotta get up, gotta get moving. No. Also, if we were wondering what the like brown splodge on my neck was for like, I don't know how long, maybe 90% of the run, it was my fake tan running down my neck. Only noticed it as I got home, but I just need to hydrate. So including this, including water on the run and including pre-run, I would have had 2 litres of water already this morning. I had a litre, broken up into 2 500 millilitres in the morning, 500 with electrolytes, 500 normal. Then on the run, I had 500 in my vest and another 500 now. She keeps looking at me. Stop. I know I'm really sweating. That's really gross. I need to stretch. I'm going to do the 15-minute runner mobility that we have on the SGS app. I love like following something like this because it just means that I do 15 minutes worth of stretching and I don't quit too early. So let's jump into this bad boy.
If you do one favor, please. I can't hide it, a first class seat, a fly private. And last time I let you go and I regret it, baby. So drop your pen and I'm headed the way you're headed. I need you, same way your body need a heartbeat, ya. Same way you gotta sneak to Arby's. Honestly, if I be honest, I want you. If you do one favor, just stay with me. I don't usually need nobody.
I would truly love to apologize for the state of my kitchen, but like, I feel like if your kitchen doesn't look like an absolute tip after you've run a half marathon in the morning, what are you doing? Because like there is no time for organizing, there's no energy for organizing. Who's gonna be in bed by 3 p.m. today? This girl. I'm just kidding, I will make it through. Maybe till 8 p.m. Right, breakfast. I always focus on having a high protein meal post-run with some carbs. Carbs to replenish all of the energy that we've just lost, and protein to replenish our muscles that have just worked extremely hard. I need it desperately. Like right now, my legs are like, give me the chicken sausages. So I'm gonna have some chicken sausages, some eggs, a bagel, some avocado. I'm literally just reading out the things that I have in my fridge. Glass of wine, I don't even know, that's so good. Do not drink wine after you run. That would actually be a horrendous idea. Don't do that. Worst idea ever. After I ran the New York City Marathon, I had 1 glass of Prosecco. Actually, I think it was half a glass of Prosecco. And I was like, I am absolutely F-U-C-K-E-D'd. Like, I'm on the floor. Like, I have to leave. I was with all the Strava team and I was like, I need to go home. And I went back to bed and ate, I think it would have been like a 20-inch pizza in bed watching TV. And it was absolutely brilliant. But yeah, alcohol, running, not a good mixture. Anyway.
Lately, I've been on my own too long and deep, baby. Deep inside, I need your company. So many things that you do right, you like. Walking on the beach in the moonlight. Flying in the sky, but you're too high. Icarus, I really want you close, but you were too hot, damn. Something's up, too much a good thing, need more for us. Don't care what they say, know you're the one. So baby, do me one favor. If you do one favor, just stay with me. I don't usually need nobody, but lately I've been on my own too long and deep, baby. Deep inside, I need your company. One favor, one favor. You make me one favor, one favor. One favor, one favor. You make me one favor.
I fear I'm looking exceptionally crusty right now because I still haven't washed my face. I just had a body shower and scraped my hair back. I'm sorry. I just do not have the strength in me. I forgot how much running that much wipes you out. Oh my good golly gosh. I just sat and had my breakfast and I was like, I have been very nonchalant about the fact that I've just run a half marathon. And I went on my Strava and I was like, when was the last time I did that? Last July. I haven't run a half marathon since last July. Since running that half marathon, I took time off because my hip was a little bit sore again. I went for an MRI, found out I had a tear in my labrum in my hip. I then went for an x-ray, found out I have scoliosis of my lower back. Then I went for a final MRI, which showed me that I have a stress fracture in my lower spine, which has resulted in my spine slipping out of place and crushing my discs of my lower back. I think it's L4 and L5. Now, when I got that diagnosis, I was told by not 1 but 2 surgeons that surgery was my only option, and if I ever wanted to run again, specifically run half marathons or marathons, that I would have to have my spine fused together with metal pins, which is essentially something that I would refer to as a pretty life-changing surgery because there is no guarantee that you come out of that and you feel better. Now, obviously when I got that news, I documented it all. I was genuinely heartbroken. I feel like now I look back on it and I feel like I'm gonna get emotional. Now I look back on it and like look at last year, I feel like I really didn't realize how much that injury impacted my mental health. I love running because of how it makes me feel and the space that it gives me, and that was kind of ripped away from me when I found out that, like, you know, I might not be able to run again, and I just feel like I never really gave myself time to be like, you're allowed to be sad and like this is allowed to really suck. I think I just kind of took the mentality of like, right, chill out, what can we do? But that mentality is also what got me to where I am today. I found an amazing physio. I have worked my butt off. I continue to work my butt off. I do mobility every day. I do Pilates twice a week to strengthen up my core. Like, my core has never been this strong in my life. Like, I've never done that many planks ever. And I eased back into running. Today was a really big moment, and I'm probably not gonna have another one of those for a long time, but I just woke up with a bit of a fire in me this week and I was like, I wanna see what I can do. If you notice, I'd never actually mentioned that I was doing a half at the beginning of the video because with every single run that I do at the moment, I really have to take it with a pinch of salt. So if I'd said to you guys at the beginning, I'm going to do a half, but then actually at 15, like I felt pain, I would stop. Like there is no point in running a distance for my ego on the internet ever. And I will say that I probably have done that in the past. I probably pushed myself a little bit too hard because, you know, I put the pressure on it of being like, okay, but like this is your job, like you have to create running content. Whereas actually today I was like, I'm gonna say long run and I'm just gonna go out. A half marathon would be amazing, but if I feel like I can't do that, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna push myself to that extreme, but I did it and I'm really proud of myself. And yeah, I feel like it was kind of when I was sat eating my breakfast, I was like, wait, like that was actually a really monumental moment considering last year I didn't think I was gonna be able to run. I'm such a blubber. Like I literally love to cry on the internet. And I desperately now need to go and wash my face and sort my hair out before I crack into the rest of the day, because sometimes you just have to run a half marathon and then you have things to do afterwards, and that is exactly what I have to do today. So yeah, I'm feeling really happy. Thank you guys for coming along with me on this moment. Hopefully you've taken some tips and stuff like that from my half marathon. This half marathon, I want to like also just add before the video ends, was not like race day fueling strategy. Like this was me just going out, seeing how I felt, fueling to keep me going. When you race a half marathon, if you're trying to hit a PB, your fueling strategy will be slightly different because you really need to be intaking probably like a little bit more fuel. But today I was just, obviously I've not done that in a really long time, so I was just trying to remember like what works for me. But eat my Percy Pigs, have my gels and keep hydrated. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch up with you guys next week.